A few of you pointed out that my last video ended on a cliffhanger. If you recall, I was sharing a story about a toast my dad gave at a wedding. I never knew what true happiness was until I married my wife. By which time, it was too late. Now, two things. One, at no time did my dad ever talk like Daniel Craig from the Knives Out movies. I just did that because I was bored. And two, you can probably understand that my mother might take exception to a comment like that spoken in public, even if my dad meant it as a joke. Thankfully, though, he redeemed himself with the next sentence. Here's what he said. My children believe I'm a wise man, which is 10% absolute truth and 90% good PR on the part of my loving wife. Now, two things. One, my dad never spoke like Christopher Walken either. My wife hates my impression, and my daughters don't know who Walken is, so I have to practice with you. Deal with it. Two, of course my mother's heart melted at such a lovely sentiment, but hers was not the only heart that was melting. So too were the hearts of every single person in that room. Now, why? Well, by being self-deprecating and vulnerable, my dad triggered two miracles. First one, he activated the mirror neurons of the brains of every person listening to him. These mirror neurons essentially help us imagine what we might do in a similar situation when we hear about it. So if there was a married person in the room, they were probably wondering if their spouse might say the same thing of them. And if they were a child of marriage, they were probably wondering if their parents might say that of each other. And that shared experience that my dad spoke of triggered the next miracle, which is the release of oxytocin. Oh man, oxytocin is my favorite neurotransmitter. If there were neurotransmitter trading cards, oxytocin would be my Gretzky rookie year. Now, why do I like it so much? Well, it is the chemical in our brain responsible for social bonding. Newborn babies get a flood of it when they're put in the arms of their parents for the first time. When we hear someone say something that we agree with, we get a kiss of it, a little taste of oxytocin, if you will. And that's critical for feeling empathy, for practicing analogic perspective taking. And those two things unlock humanity's key evolutionary advantage, the reason that we're top of the food chain. I call it the 3 C's: collaboration, compromise, and collective action. Those 3 C's are good for teams, they're good for businesses, and I think they're good for marriages. I'm pretty sure that my mom and dad engaged in a little collective action after the reception, if you know what I'm saying. Do you hear that sound? I think that's the sound of all of my siblings vomiting in their own mouths at once.